I reached the top of the hill, still in good shape. The sun was coming up at my back and casting a warm glow on the hills beyond. I knew this was the place I had been looking for, because there, looking like a blue velvet ribbon that had dropped from a goddess's hair, was the river winding through the bottom of the valley. I could hear the birds singing their first songs of the day, the crack of a twig, and a deer was staring at me from through the bushes. I turned and ran back down to where I had left my things, more or less in a pile under some giant pine trees. Boxes and trunks and bags and suitcases, containers of all shapes and sizes. I looked at this mountain of belongings and thought, what is all this stuff that I keep carting from one place to the next? I wondered if I would need it. So I opened the largest box. In it was all my childhood. A pair of baby shoes, a teddy bear, an old blue blanket, a tooth I'd lost when I was 5 years old, a note passed in class to my first girlfriend, and on and on. No, I thought, I won't need this stuff in that valley. I won't have time for memories. So I closed the box up and pushed it aside. Then a very strange thing happened. My back got straighter and I grew a foot taller. No, it must be my imagination. I opened the largest trunk. In it was all my beauty. An old painting I loved, a piece of sculpture, a broken guitar, books I knew by heart, my first poems, a shell collection, and on and on. No, I thought, I won't need this stuff in that valley. There is beauty enough, and it is alive. So I closed the trunk up and pushed it aside. No, it was not my imagination. I grew another foot taller, and a gray film washed off my body like tears, and my senses were suddenly flooded with the beauty of my surroundings. I kicked aside a paper bag full of canned goods and recipes and grew another foot taller. I picked up a valise full of philosophical musings and sociological causes and political speeches and flung them away with a vengeance, and suddenly felt completely guiltless and sure of myself, and grew another foot taller. Then I dug a large hole, and except for one small box, I shoved everything into the hole and buried it all forever. I was now so tall and alive that the giant pine trees just grazed the palms of my hands. The small box had grown too. In it were some tools and a flute. I picked them up and took them with me, for they are the things of the future, and started up the hill. I gazed out over my new world, and it was all right, because it was as large and open as I was. I looked back once, and there, far below me, on the grave of my past, was a new, bright, tiny little yellow flower waving peacefully in the morning breeze. Then I turned and forgot and walked happily into the valley.